Today, we are discussing what is multifamily flood insurance and how can you get affordable coverage. So if you are a multifamily investor, stay tuned in this video. Hello, my name is Chris Green, president and owner of the Flood Insurance Guru. Today we're talking about what is multifamily flood insurance and how can you get affordable coverage for these types of properties. So what is multifamily? Multifamily can mean many different things. We could be talking about things like apartment buildings. We could be talking about a triplex, a duplex. We could be talking about 5-unit building. There's all different types of things here when we're talking about multifamily flood insurance. So now that we've defined what is considered a multifamily, we're talking about properties, maybe investment properties or rental properties that house more than one family. So how do you get affordable flood insurance coverage for properties like this? Well, the first thing is you've got to understand, first of all, what is the flood risk? You see, flood risk can have a big impact on flood insurance premiums. The flood risk is really the chances of a property actually flooding. Sometimes a flood risk score is involved. There's things that go into your flood risk score, like distance to water, the type of flooding that happens in an area, flooding frequency, placement cost of the building. These are all what's called rate drivers. These are things that can make a large portion of your premium up. These are also indicators that can tell you if a property is more than likely going to flood somewhere in the future, which is part of your flood risk forecast over the next couple of years. So these are things you want to think about as you're going through this process. Now, as you're going through and you're trying to get affordable coverage, there's really 3 types of coverage you want to look at. You want to look at building coverage. These are going to cover things that are actually physically attached to the building. Contents coverage. You're talking about things that are not physically attached. Maybe you've got things like appliances and things like that need to be covered. Then there's loss of use. This is a very important coverage on multifamily properties. Say that property floods. This could potentially cover things like business interruption. It could cover loss of rent. So these are 3 basic coverages. Now you need to understand, what are my flood insurance options on these multifamily properties? We're talking about the National Flood Insurance Program. We're talking about private flood insurance. We've talked about this in some of these other videos. You can click on the corner on this video right here to see the card for best flood insurance for apartment buildings if you're an apartment building owner. And looking at this, though, understand, remember, all National Flood Insurance Program quotes should be the same. However, private flood insurance can be significantly different depending on the company offering it. Coverages could be different. How they look at risk can be completely different. So it's important to understand the things that we've just talked about in this video, where we talked about flood risk score and we talk about flood insurance options. These are 2 things that can lead to affordability or unaffordability when it comes to flood insurance on multifamily investment properties. So if you're ready to take the next steps to getting flood insurance on a multifamily investment property, 3 simple steps. Step 1, fill out the form on our website. Step 2, connect with one of our flood risk advisors. And step 3, pick the plan that best fits your needs. Thank you.